Okay. This is probably the game of the first trilogy. I'm playing the Metal Gear Solid series for the first time. I like Metal Gear Solid 1. I like Metal Gear Solid 2. You know what? I'm gonna say I like Metal Gear Solid 3. We're gonna do normal.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into
Of the
two,
first three, this is the one that I know
East
the
and
least.
West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
I am thirsty this morning. You turned orange.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization.
Thank you for the follow.
Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
It's super bright compared to the game video. Well, it's a pretty dark game.
Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
So picky.
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Much like Apocalypse Now. Come on, just let Snake smoke his cigar.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Snake's, it's okay. Snake's tough. He can breathe CO2. He'll be fine.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to
What's he
drop
gonna
off.
do about
Move
it?
To the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand
Try not to get frostbite. Like, just focus really hard while you're diving.
Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Unfortunately, weather, yeah. Show off. Ooh.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau. one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th,
I've played a couple
1961,
hours of
the
5,
Soviets achieved the
and that's
first
all. I did
manned
play
space
Ground
flight
Zeroes as well.
in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
It does. I 100% agree.
Crisis of conscience.
And for that,
It
he
needs
left
better
his country
analog
and his
support.
family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west.
2 was very good
He
though.
used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to
4,
stay
huh?
coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
That's
October
better.
16, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba.
First time playing 3? No. But I have only played through it once, and I have only played it on the PlayStation Vita.
To prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff.
Only person playing long-form
Finally,
games on the Vita.
October 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
You're a
So what do the
Persona
Russians
freak.
really want?
I got about
Sokolov.
35 hours, I think,
Wanted
into
us to
Persona
return
4
Sokolov.
on the Vita and gave up.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from
What's up,
my sight.
Dwayne? I feel like Sony's trying to make fetch happen
Then
with
a
the new
month later,
handheld.
We received some new information from one of our...
I don't understand the market for it at all.
Yes. He was
I've
taken
heard good
back to
things,
research
which
and
is,
being forced to continue
kinda
working
weird.
the weapon in question under KGB supervision.
I think that
It's on the verge of completion.
the weirdest thing that I've heard is that it's got no Bluetooth audio and really shit speakers,
No.
which seems
missile.
really odd in 2023.
Same technology.
I
Yes,
guess
I think
you're
we can
right.
get to know each
We
other,
don't
but
know the
first I think you
details,
should know
but
that
it's
I'm
Time management mechanic.
For half a year now,
Cass.
the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear
Pet me
tests
so.
at Semipalatinsk.
I would. He's still in bed. Thank you for the 35 months.
We're talking about a secret
Thank you
weapon
very
so
much.
big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
I had to give up
No,
on caring about the
according to
time
our
management
intelligence,
mechanic
he's
in
in
Persona
Selino
4 and
Yard.
just accept that I wasn't gonna
About 3 miles
be able to
the
be
west,
friends with everyone and do everything.
The Virgin
yeah.
Cliffs.
That also, it's
Nice
the it's
name for a
little
virtuous
things
mission.
like that in games
They
also
moved
bug me,
to
where
there
it's like,
just recently.
well, what if I do
Why?
something wrong, you know?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's It's our best chance to get him back. This mission
we're
would never have
rescuing
been
Sokolov.
possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
How's it going, Aaron?
Listen up, Jack.
Oh, sure, yeah,
Your
let's
mission
do the
is to
R1 so you can
infiltrate
see.
Zeleno
That's pretty
Yassk in
cool.
the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West.
What's up, Globo?
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes.
Was he looking up because I was looking up in the cutscene?
Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
How's everything? Everything is good.
Sokolov is up to it.
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast.
and all the rest of your meals
Huge
will be
knowledge
jungle.
checks for RPG heads. No wonder I didn't get into it. Great job, idiot. Yeah, we're talking specifically Persona 4. It's the only one that I've played. That was so lame. Was that like a tiger roaring in the bed? Like, that his hat says the title. I noticed that as well. And didn't they in one game do a gag where like Snake was wearing a Raiden mask at the very beginning, as if like they were gonna play as Raiden again, and then he like is like,
You're
oh,
already
just
in
kidding, it's
enemy
me.
territory.
Am I making that
Someone
up?
might be listening in.
I don't remember what game that would have
From here on
been.
out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name.
It
for
is this
mission will be
one?
Naked
Okay.
Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on.
Gotcha.
You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What's up,
You don't
Archie?
like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before. haven't
Oh, if you picked I
I've
like
tried.
Metal Gear Solid 2, you start wearing it?
you? I'm glad to hear.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but
Be careful. You might not have a choice.
what about
That's
you,
very
Major?
funny.
What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of
Am
your
I
presence.
sitting in a
Is that
tin
clear?
can?
This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality.
I don't remember. This
In
is
other
the one
words,
that I remember the
weapons
least
and
about,
equipment to procure on site.
but I have played it
goes
once.
for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You think they would have covered
You've
this
been
before
issued
he
a knife
jumped?
and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go
Explore
back and get it.
Japan's gross fascination with
You know where it
blackface. Oh boy.
No problem. I can see it from here.
Codec
Stuck on a
frequencies didn't
branch.
change between the 60s and 2020s.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Sweet. Oh, I can control the camera. Game of the year. 10 out of 10. There's a snake. Get over here. There we go. Moving the camera is cheating. Okay, I know my bag is up in a tree. None of those are climbable. Oh, it's probably this way. You don't think you could do that in the actual original? I don't remember. I guess I never played the actual PS2 version, so maybe not. Come here. There we go. This is subsistence. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's true. Crouching and crawling.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack.
Venezuelan food.
In the survival
Yummy.
viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button.
Yeah, Yuka's good.
For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun.
Morning bite, Porter.
That's right. It's been fitted
It's
with
just
its own
cassava.
suppressor.
I don't know.
However, the suppressor
I just
will
know the Venezuelan
deteriorate
place
every
near me
time you
has it, and
fire.
it's good.
Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons...
Oh,
and
so it was not in the
equipment beyond
original.
what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I don't know how to pronounce
I
it,
have
so.
to find my own weapons and equipment. Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces
Yucca.
of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident.
You seem very calm about
You can't
that.
let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there, This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous.
I like to imagine just scotch tape like on his forehead.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
But how do you do that when you're dead?
They put in my tooth before the mission.
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means
Unless
I
you
can't
run
count
into
on
like
any
a
reinforcements.
lady in a bikini out
Correct.
there
The
or
mission
something.
rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She.
Hello, Snake.
A
I'm
lady.
paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me.
Oh.
Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
But who's counting?
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission.
Hmm.
You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right
Yeah, I'm
now
excited to get back to
doesn't
Grand
mean
World
they
3.
always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter. But you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country.
It's just,
So
it's
there's
really
no such
hard
thing
to
as an
not,
enemy in
to hear this
absolute
voice
terms.
and not think
The
of
enemies we fight
someone doing
are
the
only
news with
enemies
Tom
in
Tucker on
relative
Family Guy.
terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think.
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty.
Yeah,
is
Val's the
mission,
lucky one.
Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War
Well, they
II
don't have
was
weird
Snake,
sexual
the
tension or
Cobra
anything.
Unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key.
You're a slithering,
Those
hissing reptile.
CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC. Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
You punch
Where
those
are you,
snakes to
boss?
death.
Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Morning thoughts.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Slower.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Okay. I'm gonna get eaten by an alligator like immediately. Wait, you can use the knife with this too, right? Yeah. Oh, but I can't do it in first person? If I remember right, this one's a little more, I think you need to walk slower to avoid alerting guards. Could be wrong, though. What's up, King Skeletor? I'm sure we'll find out pretty soon. What's up? Found some bug juice. Sneaky little bastard. Look at that guy. There's a beehive there. Pardon me, just coming through here. Get out of here. Oh, was this not the way I was supposed to go? Well, this is awkward. Now I'm being hunted. Punch that alligator. Now I'm all weighed down by the mud. That's cool. You actually like move slower. God, that's kind of annoying. Like it's cool that you can use both the knife and the gun at once, but you can't fully use them. I'm gonna eat so many snakes. What's up, Royal Servant? Oh, another 20-minute cutscene. It's coffee sipping time. I'm hungry this morning.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out.
Sprint immediately.
If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the Camo Index. The Camo Index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Okay. Can we improve it? Sure, let's go Flecktarn. Worst camo only, full stealth run. Well, you can go like shirtless, right? Yeah. Do I have the oh, I do have the mask. Erica. Oh, there's a map too. Okay. France? Ew, gross. Ooh, I want that. I can totally... What? What's that trophy for? Oh, plus 90? Yeah, I see. You couldn't be bothered? I'm getting stuck on something. Get in here. I can just, I imagine Snake, like, just, like, laying on his stomach in the grass, like, kicking his feet and, like, talking to the boss. These colors don't run, they crawl. You know, I wish it wouldn't always go first person in the grass, though. You know, with I'm way more hesitant about using the gun since there's no since like silencers are consumable. Probably be a more interesting playthrough. Stun grenades. Do I have anything? Oh, okay. Okay, so we do have... There we go. Could just be like little frogs. Being hunted. Oh shit. Dude, I can't see anything. Alright, I got bored. A grenade just fell out of that guy's pocket. Can you hold people up?
Huh? Who's that?
Ow. Oh great, they're all alerted too. Run faster, you idiot! This is walking around grenade. That's great. Come here. All right, we're going knife only. Come here. It's going great. Whee! All right. Well, I learned something new today. We could really easily hear you sneaking up on them. Whoa, you can change the camera. Oh, you can have a fixed camera if you use the R3 button. Okay. Gergs, why don't you sneak your ass to Tampa?
The enemy.
No, no enemy. God damn, man. Like an iron face or something? Alright, I changed my mind. I'm just gonna shoot everybody with tranquilizers. Are they just bouncing up and down on the bridge? I thought they were walking. Okay, they are walking. It looked like they were just standing in place and just bouncing. The enemy is a great specimen of a man. Did that really not hit him? There you go. Thank you. Snake. Snake. I'm up. It's so easy to fall off this thing. Wow, you just like slide. I think you can grab the mushrooms too, right? Do I need to stab them? Apparently.
Who's that?
God damn it, man. How is this gun sucks. It's terrible. All right. Thought a headshot was supposed to take him out. This came out after Splinter Cell? I would imagine so. Did you not see me shoot him right in the face? I don't know what stream you're watching, Val. Love when my chat tries to gaslight me. You're with Val. Gergs, aren't you in your car on audio only? I agree with Val.
Major.
You're at work?
I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Perfect spot in the brain. Ugh.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful.
Your
mission
area
is to bring
Sokolov is an
Sokolov back
injury
alive.
lawyer with midnight
He must
ads.
not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
And then say I love you and give him a little kiss on the cheek.
Beginning my approach to the target.
If I remember right, isn't there like a hole in here? Yeah. Very tiny hole. What other kind of sensors do I have? Oh, detects animals. Consumes battery power. Okay. And this also consumes battery power. Alright, alright. And I won't use it all that much. Can you change the camera while you're in here? No. No, maybe there's not dogs in here. Thought maybe there were. That's right, it goes in the square hole. Please turn around. All right, we're going for it. Crawl, they can't see you. Right, there's an enemy up here apparently. There's something moving. I swear one of these is open. God, he's got good camouflage too. I didn't see that guy at all. I'm gonna catch me some rats. You know, this is very topical. I was just watching Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmern last night, and he was eating rat. I guess I was just prepping for Metal Gear Solid 3. Yeah. Tell me about it. Snakes, quit grunting when you stab the animals, all right? You're alerting the enemy.
I hear something.
This is a stealth mission. Doesn't still eat all this stuff? I don't know. I mean, he's still around. I think he shows up at the Minnesota State Fair every year. Yeah, I did think it was cool, because it's an older show, right? Bizarre Foods. Oh, I think he's right above me. I think that was Sokolov. Is this a door I can open? Pressing the action button. It's not working. He's an impressive man. Yeah. But I was worried when he went into it's like, oh man, is this gonna be one of those like just like, you know, Who tries a food from another culture and just gags a bunch and is like, "Oh, this is just disgusting. How can anybody?" But I forget what the actual food was, but it was some kind of like rodent or something. And he was like, "Man, it's just like it's really foul. You can taste all the entrails. It's really bad." And I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of weird." But then he went on, when he continued, he was like, "But most people don't eat it this way. The traditional preparation is like this," and then showed how it's traditionally prepared and made to taste good, and talked about how good it was that way. So it actually had the context saying they can take something that wouldn't normally taste good and make it taste good. He almost died when he tried the Moroccan North African goat testicles. Ew. He also talks a lot about, because there's things that he turns down. He talks about the safety of it and why he won't eat certain things, which is cool. I thought I could get there from the underground here. Are there enemies around? I don't think so. Brains. On top of the world. Man, I just cannot see enemies at all. There we go. Like, I did not see that guy. Okay. Oh, the guy who eats MREs from various points in history? Yeah, yeah. Steve 1985 MRE info or whatever. Forget his name.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men?
Oh, I forgot about Volgin.
You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
French ration from World War One.
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
He took too damn long.
He's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces,
Is that Kratos?
overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power.
Ugh.
The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come, I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb.
Did he say anything in Russian?
Where did you learn to speak it?
Morning Chrono.
From my mentor.
My favorite Metal Gear Solid React
Is
streamer.
that so? America is truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
I thought he was gonna be like, all right, get on my back.
Major, this is Snake.
Piggyback right out of
Sokolov
here.
is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I had to kill them. There was no
I didn't
other
kill
way.
anybody.
But no one will know we were involved.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
Or she's defected. That'd be crazy, right? Is this where we meet Ocelot? I don't remember. Yeah, just stand in the doorway. Oh, that's a great emote. Love it. Is he trying to like do like a Kamehameha? Hadouken! Wow, Snake, you're bad at this.
Freeze!
So this is the legendary boss.
Huh?
Huh? We meet at last.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz.
Huh.
What's a GRU soldier doing here?
Soldier?
How many cuts do they need in this scene?
He's the Ocelot commander.
Ha! That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
Isn't this guy like a big time voice actor? Yeah, Josh Keaton.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What else were you
What?
in? show off. Okay, he's in like every video game ever. Maybe try shooting or just watch him kill you. Yeah, it's the same thing that he did in Metal Gear Solid 2 when he goes in the tanker. He goes to kill or take Ray. He like starts shooting, and then everybody in the army is sitting there with guns, like, shit, what do I do? All right, see you later, Grividex.
Huh.
So cocky.
You're not the boss, are you?
Crew operatives!
Miso.
What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
Still no one. There we go. That's the first time someone's pulled a trigger. Well, except for Snake, I guess. Just really wanted to get embarrassed twice, I guess.
Impossible. You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American.
Eyes are going nuts. All right, 3 times.
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Kiss already. So cringe, you love it. I feel like the Metal Gear Solid 3 cutscenes, from what I remember, are like some of the least cringy. It's still there.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
Yeah, it's
I
the
agree.
swamp.
You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on
Hasn't gotten to Metal Gear Solid 2 level cringe yet. I don't think it does. I hope it doesn't. Metal Gear Solid 2 is some pretty excessive cringe. All right, where'd he go? Is there seems like we have to go back the way we came. Excuse me, pardon me. What if I just like here, save me some hassle later. There you go. Whoops. I think this is the only way out. You didn't know that was possible? I guess let's wait to save until after we leave this area. I think I gotta call it here, though. I do want to get to work a little early today. By early, I mean on time. You can't tell when Snake is deliberately using English.
You okay? Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Oh, this was maybe a bad idea.
Yes.
This could be a really long
The
cutscene.
best Gru has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
But then they'll expect me to be on time all the time.
Making you build.
Yes. The Shagohod.
Shagohod.
Treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBM.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of
I know
terrain.
ICBM. What is our
Without
IRBM?
support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating
Intermediate range ballistic missile. Did they call them intermediate range? Like, did they call them IRBMs at the time?
No,
Like,
this is only the end of phase
was that
1.
the best they had?
It won't be truly finished until we complete phase 2.
There are no short cutscenes in this game, yeah.
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War.
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I
Tactical
didn't
missiles?
want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
I thought we were done with the cutscene. God, I hope my old mentor doesn't show up and really fuck up the mission. Looks like Alfred Pennyworth. A little bit. You look like you haven't slept in days.
Boss?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
The hell was that jaunted delivery?
hornets.
This one has the coolest bosses.
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this.
It's so ridiculous. How does it work so well?
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself. It's raining blood.
Hallelujah.
Is he crying?
Is this like some weird translation thing? Is that what she was saying in Spanish or Japanese too? Like, is that the original? It's raining blood. Is he crying? Like, what?
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
Volgin looks like something straight out of Street Fighter.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Volgin.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
Everybody's so dramatic.
What is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
She's so so casual about it.
Warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he?
This can't be happening.
Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Dude, Snake survives in the battlefield on pure horniness. You talking about he hasn't found an emotion?
He's seen my face. We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him.
Some of her deliveries are really bad.
Jack, you can't come with us.
His fate is determined by his libido. Is that her bandana I took off?
The new blood has been rejected.
And he unhooked her bra too on the way down. Seems like a Snake move.
Are we done here?
Now, on to Sokolov's
Power of electricity
research
being able to kill everyone you touch. That would still be worse than just having a gun.
Shagohod is ours.
Oh my god, I need this cutscene to be over though.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
I'm working on it. It's 2 or 3 worse. I don't remember. 2's got a lot, but I guess we'll find out. I feel like the cutscenes are better in this one. Internal part number. Actually, Miso, I haven't even seen him. He's probably still in bed. He was sleepy this morning.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
All right, let's get the lines out because I need to save and move on.
Emergency medical treatment. Can you move?
I have not played Metal Gear Solid 4, correct?
You've got to get those wounds treated.
I know that one has some long ones. Maybe we'll have to. Maybe that'll have to be an afternoon game, just because of how long the cutscenes are.
Snake. Just relax and it'll
There's
all
way
be
more
over
James
soon.
Bond in 3 for sure. Yeah.
Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment.
Right.
Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations
Well, that's
on your
if,
upper arms,
you
right
know,
elbow,
a
and
Volume
abdomen.
2 comes out, which I assume they're
They
working
need to
on
be
if they
fixed
called this
using
Volume
surgical
1.
treatment. Move the healing cursor with the left stick to the affected part of your body. Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon window button and use the left stick to select the medical item and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely. Understood?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
Okay. I've got a better idea. How about... Are you going to let me save right now, or are you going to be like, treat your
Ready to
wounds?
save, Snake?
Alright, good. Alright.
Snake, come back in one piece, okay? I'll be waiting.
Don't worry.
That's going to do it for me. I got to get going. It's alright. Snake can bleed out here on the floor. That's fine. Thank you guys for hanging out this morning. Have a good rest of your day. We will continue Grand Poo World 3 this afternoon. I think we got like 5 exits or something on Friday. So we're still early on. Still pretty early. Excited to get back to it.